yours.
Y'all got the chat too, right?
Wait, not yet. Wait,
Yeah,
should
no,
I
not
go
yet.
talk
Can you?
to Craig?
No, could you call him? My phone's. Oh, sorry. I thought you had your phone on you.
No, I do, but
I could text him too.
sorry. Okay.
What's up, y'all? I see there's like 7 of them in the chat already.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Is
they can
this
hear us already.
on YouTube?
This is on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it live right now?
It's live right now, yeah.
Yo, solid.
What is going on?
I'm gonna go get Craig.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
I'm gonna be right back. I need to go get the iPad from Craig.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just gonna chat with this chat. Another Jesseism until some people start talking. I see there's 7 of y'all. 7 of y'all. 10 likes already. There's more likes than there's people in this video already. How y'all feeling? You guys look excited.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. We were all talking about how we were nervous already. We had like a half a discussion before, so. What's up, chat? I know y'all can hear me. I'm like the loudest person there is. Oh, it's not 8 yet. Yeah, that's okay. We're just kicking in a little early. What's up, everyone? What's up, Mackenzie? What's up? Oh, I can get this right. Vintage Even Star. I'm just gonna chat for y'all. Freeze the Fall says, hey. What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Let me pull his camera up so y'all can see all our faces here. Yeah, we are a little early. What's up, Dane? Oh, man, Dane Bramage. Dane is such a fabulous reactor. He is so much fun. Go check him out. Go check out Dane Bramage Rocks. He's got some really fun warning reactions. I know this is going to be like a fun warning crowd. I'm hoping that like... what's that, sorry?
I said, yeah, warning fans.
Yeah. I'm so upset. I actually, like, they played in Calgary or Edmonton, but it was like snowstorm season. It was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when I saw them, like November of last year, it was really cold for them. So I know they were having troubles and getting sick and stuff because they were in Canada and it was colder than what they're used to. So
I
similar
bet.
story.
It is very cold up here. I can attest to that.
Yeah, especially if you're from Mexico and not used to that.
Yeah.
cold, right?
Yeah, I absolutely vibe with that. Have y'all ever been to Mexico?
I have not.
I have actually.
2 of you have.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great.
That was cool. Yeah.
We went to Cancun. It's fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
Same.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Maybe y'all haven't thought this far ahead, but is that like a place you could live, do you think?
No.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No?
No.
Yeah.
I've never really
I
been
like
to Mexico, but I'd have a hard time leaving where I live. I like where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
True.
Shout out to Mackenzie, modding for us tonight. I appreciate you so much. Check out Freeze the Fall on YouTube if you haven't already. Who else we got in here? Coffee Ninja. Early to the party, I guess. Hi, everyone from Germany. Wow, 2 a.m. Staying up to hang out with us. Full text in effect in the house. Do I have sounds? Yeah. Can y'all hear that too?
That's literally us at practice.
Like, oh, this sounds cool.
Over here a little more. I can't really see it. What? Could you like move?
Oh, yeah. sorry.
I can't see it.
Josh, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, Freeze the Fall in the house. You know, it would have been really smart of me, clever of me to queue up one of y'all's like YouTube videos or something for an intro.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
That would have been too easy.
Too easy.
From Australia, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going
Australia.
full international tonight. How about Australia?
so
Y'all ever been to Australia?
No.
Nope.
One day. When you guys
one
tour
day.
Australia, I dibs being your sound guy, all right?
Okay, for sure.
You're
Done.
welcome along for the ride.
Done. I'll like react every night, tell everyone how dope it was.
Yeah.
A bunch of Canadians wandering around Australia.
Yeah.
My brother did that. Y'all don't know my brother. I hope he's not listening. He's just a little awkward. That's all. And he just like can't like backpacked and camped in Australia for like 6 months. And I'm like, it's the one country that's always trying to whatever they call that, unalive you. You know?
Yeah.
Everywhere you turn.
Yeah. Was he like by himself?
They went out there with 5 friends, and then 3 of them, like after a week, flew home. They were just like, I can't do this.
So was he by himself in the end?
No, he had one friend stuck it out with him. That friend actually is like he moved to Vancouver now, I want to say. He's like a super
Okay.
hippie. Like
Super hippie.
yeah, so like Australia was like
Yeah.
right up his thing for
Yeah.
him. So
Oh, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah. What's up, Anna? Welcome to the party. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a few minutes still. I really want to talk about you guys' time in the studio. I'm like really excited about that. I want to make
Yeah.
sure everyone
Yeah.
gets in here for that though.
Yeah.
Snow and the desert are two wildly different climates. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bobby, what's up? I'll let y'all say hi. They're saying hi to you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey guys. So if you see us looking here, guys, we have an iPad with the chat, so we're not just like looking away.
Yeah.
That's like me. I have like my the stream managers here, but then I have y'all here in the chat here and
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Minnesota. My fiance was in Minnesota last year. Today. She flew out today last year.
Oh, nice.
Yo, wait, he's from Australia? Josh Wharton?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, he comments on our
Yo,
I didn't know he was
Josh
Australia. Yo,
Wharton.
Josh Wharton.
Ah, how
So
neat is that?
sick. I
And
didn't know you were from Australia. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it is really cool. Like, if I could offer any advice tonight, it's like lean into the YouTube thing, lean into your
Yeah,
audience,
yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
so cool,
for
man.
sure.
Like, and you never know what you're gonna hear, like the kinds of stories, the people you're gonna meet. Like, it's just amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you have really helped us like
Oh,
develop and
yeah.
grow our
Oh,
YouTube
yeah, yeah.
presence.
Awesome.
Just
I'm
from
so
like,
glad
the
to
last
hear.
time we chatted with you. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Yeah.
Thank
Hopefully we
you.
can do some more
Yeah.
tonight. Anna's
Yeah,
been writing
absolutely.
lyrics. I owe you like 6 messages, Anna. I'm so far behind in my life. Anna's been writing and writing and writing, just like song after song after song. I see she's learning guitar now too. Super inspiring.
Awesome.
So cool.
Awesome.
Josh wrestled a Tasmanian devil once.
Oh.
That sounds intense.
Oh wow.
Oh, and Josh can confirm it.
Yeah. Yo, Josh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, who's this now? Hello, everyone. The Warning Army here, showing support for another up and coming young band, helping bring
Well,
rock.
thank you guys so
Love you
much.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So here,
So
I tell you what. Why don't y'all? I'll give you all the full screen. Why don't you guys take a second and introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. So we are Freeze the Fall. My name is Quinn. I'm 16 years old and I'm the lead vocalist and guitarist.
I'm Jonah, and I'm 15 years old, and I play the drums.
And I'm Aria. I'm 15 years old. I play the bass and backup vocals.
And we're from Kelowna, BC, Canada.
Give it up. Yes. I wish I had a clap thing too. And so for those of y'all who haven't heard of Freeze the Fall, what do y'all sound like?
What we sound like?
Oof.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we've never had to do this before. What's our sound?
So
Like-
kind of hard rock.
Kind of hard rock. But we got like the melodic vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got like the
definitely.
angsty guitars, but the melodic vocals.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's you're not screaming or anything. It's nice, clean
We're
vocals,
not
right?
screaming, but the energy's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And super intricate bass lines.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm,
Kind of like
mhm.
lead guitar almost, but on bass. But like it works, not in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But like we talk about this lots, especially in the Warning Army group. Like when you're a 3-piece, even if you guys just had like a lead singer and was still this band setup, that's still a 3-piece with a vocalist. You have to be clever
Yeah.
about how you make that big enough, because otherwise it sounds
Yeah,
like you're
you
missing
feel the
parts.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So,
So I think that was our way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, and that's kind of nice that you also, as a bass player, you kind of get to show up. I don't want to say show off, but you get to go off a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So talk to me about some influences then. If like, I mean, you're writing some crazy bass lines. I saw some of the drum fills, like you're right, the vocals are all melodic, the guitars are big. Like what's inspiring that in y'all?
Oh.
Take your
Mm.
We can
time,
just
take your time.
go one at a time, talking about our influences. You wanna go
Yeah.
first?
Sure. Some of my biggest influences, Bring Me the Horizon, Tool, Dream Theater. I don't know.
She's repping the Bring Me shirt. Today.
Yeah, Bring Me shirt. Spirit Box, Sleep Token. Yeah, those are my big ones.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about my drums, but
Well, if you were to
Um,
just think about like what you'd normally listen to, then, because that probably just reflects without you knowing even in your drums.
yeah, well, if we were thinking of going heavier, then some of the music that I listen to would definitely influence the drums then. But right now, kind of obviously following in the footsteps of my drum teacher, Justin, mostly for my drumming. So
Yeah.
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 Super sick. For me, as you guys know, it was The Warning. The Warning was my first band that I really fell in love with, and so I think that maybe the way I play guitar, I kind of learned guitar by playing their songs and learning their songs when I was like 11, 12 years old. So I think guitar wise, that's a big influence for me. But I really love Spirit Box and Smashing Pumpkins and all that. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains.
So it's
Yeah.
quite diverse, like in all the kind of musical tastes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely. And that's just like the rock and metal stuff. Like I know I like to listen to even some more genres than that.
Oh, yeah,
too,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, like all over the place.
Yeah.
So if you were like to surprise me with like a genre or even like an artist, out of pocket, whatever, who would it be if we start from we'll go left to right again?
A really out of pocket artist. I'm gonna say Paris Paloma or Kiki Rockwell.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. That's the most out of pocket I can think of.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Jonah?
Most out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like just
most
like surprise me, shock me. Bring me the horizon, the warning, all that stuff. Like it makes sense. I see it.
Oh, that influences.
Or like something
no,
you
just
listen
like some
to.
crazy thing. Just bust out some random artist where like
You wouldn't expect.
some like dubstep artist or something.
Oh,
Where people are
I
like,
mean,
what?
I kind of like. I'm not too sure.
That's a
I
good
mean,
question.
kind of like some chill rap every once in a while. I
Nice,
don't know,
nice.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah.
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 My
Mhm.
most out of pocket would be like Lorna Shore and Lana Del Rey.
Lorna Shore. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Lana
Yeah.
Del Rey too has got some like some heat though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm with
no,
you.
For
Lana's
sure.
so good.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great.
So good.
So Jonah, I want to kind of pick your brain a little bit. So like when I talk about musicians and their like inspiration and stuff, what I'm looking for is like where does your musical intuition come from? Like your decision making, right? And
Yeah.
if that is like say you said your drum teacher, that's a great influence, right? Like I don't know if they're in a band, I don't know if they just like play lots and you like their style, but like
Mhm.
you'll probably find yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, I got to come up with a drum fill. And like, if I can speak for myself, I think about my singing mentor and I go, what would he do in that moment? And I try to like come up with something that I think he would either do or I think would be fun. And then I put my own spin on it and it becomes me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
So that's just kind of like the what I'm kind of driving for. And sometimes if it hasn't been brought to your attention, it's fun to kind of dive into.
Yeah. Well, my drum teacher, he is in a band actually, Proper Man.
Oh,
Um, yeah, we actually played at their venue a couple times.
Yeah,
Super
so
fun.
sorry to cut in, but
No, all good.
the like professionally recorded videos on our YouTube, like those live ones, it's from Crown and Thieves, and that is where Proper Man plays.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's like their area.
place. Yeah.
Belongs to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I apparently
That's kind of
froze.
where it all started for us
Oh,
too,
wow.
was that venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, should we go into that right now? We can
Yeah,
tell them.
so much love for
Yeah,
Proper
do you
Man.
want? Should we just go into that?
Please
Okay.
do.
So the second time we ever played live was at Crown and Thieves, that venue that we just said, and it was like this little competition kind of. So there were a
Mhm.
handful of like local artists, musicians, and everyone would go up and play like 3 or 4 songs. And then whoever won that got to move on and play a show at that venue again. So it was really big for us because that was our second time playing
Yeah.
live, and we won, and we got an encore, and it was crazy.
It was
And so
insane.
yeah, so
Still one
the
of my favorite shows to this day.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
It was
Yeah, so the
crazy.
videos that you guys are seeing on YouTube of us playing live, that was what we got for winning that that little competition, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, don't mind me. I appreciate y'all taking the time to talk here because I am frozen and I look ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay,
No.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
all good.
So
All good.
so I'm sorry. So you won your footage back for winning the
No.
the thing?
The footage was our thing, but like
The footage was our thing, but so we had played there once. Oh, look, it's me. Okay.
oh, we're gone.
Okay, so we had played there once at Crown and Thieves, our first time, and that was a competition. And what you get for winning the competition is you get to go back and play at that venue again, but for like an actual like set. So
Mm.
we won, so our reward was to play at that venue again. And so the footage you're seeing on YouTube was our set that we played from
Yeah.
winning that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which was like
Mm.
our 5th show, I think.
Yeah, so those videos, that was our 5th time ever playing live.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Second
That is
time,
like an amazing story.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
But y'all have like all kinds of like positive energy like flowing around you all the time.
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Mhm.
Absolutely. We've been met with so much support. And
Yeah,
we're
it's
so
crazy.
grateful.
Yeah.
Without the
Like even
support, we'd
those
be like a normal garage band.
yeah, like those videos that we were just talking about, they have, I think all of them are over 1,000 at this point.
Yeah.
Our Evolve
Wow.
cover is at like 19,000 or something. It's
19,000?
crazy. Yeah, last time I checked.
Wow.
And it's just crazy because we put those videos up there, obviously for people to see, yes, but it was kind of just like, okay, we're a band. We need to have videos on our
Mhm.
YouTube page. And you guys really blew it up. So
Thanks to the
seriously,
Warning
thank you
Army
so
for that.
much.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for looking at our Evolve cover, and then from there going and looking at our originals. It really means the world to us.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
So how has like the practice regimen or the setup and all that kind of transformed from then to now?
Ooh.
So how's it changed from the videos to now?
Yeah, like so like I'm
You-
assuming that when you started, you kind of, you bring you get all your amps to everyone's house. I don't know if you were singing out loud at the time, and then now you guys are all on in-ears and everything, right? I see there's an electric drum kit in the
Mhm.
back, so like tell us about that progression.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would just bring all our gear to each other's houses. For my house, it would be my basement, and then it would be
Yeah,
studio
so
here.
yeah, so we have 2 practice spaces. This is one of them, and the other one is in Jonah's.
In my basement.
Jonah's basement.
When we're at this place with the studio, we practice with in-ears, and then at Jonah's house, it's just like on the floor.
It's literally just a basement. You show up with your guitars and
Yeah.
you just make noise.
Oh.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we definitely have a better setup here than in my
Yes.
basement.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're able to use the in-ears here, and that has helped a lot with shows, definitely.
Yeah, and then I
for-
want to say at your place, I think it's easier to practice stage presence.
Yeah,
there
'cause there's
Right,
because
a lot
there's
of
more
room.
space.
Mhm.
In this room, there's a lot of gear.
Yeah,
so-
this is like the gear room, and then the other room is like the stage presence room.
So like,
Yeah.
when we're practicing for like a upcoming show or something, we have to split it up because here we have to practice with in-ears and like getting used to that because it's still kind of weird to play with in-ears. And then at
adjustment.
Jonah's, we have to work on like being cool and like putting on a show.
Being rock stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it's smart though, and I don't know if you've learned to appreciate this part of this yet, but you will. Not all stages are built the same.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what I
It's-
mean?
Scary. It stresses me out sometimes.
yeah,
Honestly,
big
I'm like, I
time.
don't know what the sound is gonna be like. I don't know what the stage is gonna be like. Will I have this much room? Will I
And
have
that's why
this much
you bring
room?
your amp every time so that you don't have to worry about somebody's
Yeah.
amp,
Also, I bring
like-
my amp every time because I'm like, okay, this is my sound. I don't have to worry about anything else.
Well,
But
you
yeah.
don't have to relearn how to play your songs on the spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's already enough like pressure and stress in a good way, right? With playing at a new venue, right?
Yeah.
You already show
Mhm.
up there and you're like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna go down, but
Well, and then there's nothing worse than like not being able to hear yourself and not anticipating not being able to hear yourself.
Exactly.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, actually, I have a funny story.
Go for
Okay,
it.
have
So
it.
our latest show was at Redbird, and I had just gotten a new bass, and
Oh, no.
it was brand new. I got it like 2 weeks before the show, and I plug it in for the sound check, and the batteries are dead, and which is so weird because it's a brand new bass, and we had to like get my grandpa to come drive down and bring me some 9-volt batteries because it was dead and nobody else had an extra battery for me. But we figured it out like 10 minutes before we got on stage.
And we weren't the only people playing there, so we had like a
Yeah.
very specific amount of time to sound check, and it was really
It was so scary. So
like
like
we've learned our lesson. We need batteries.
yeah,
everywhere
now
we go.
I have 3 different guitar cases. In all of my guitar cases, I have like 4 extra batteries now. So,
Yep.
like I'm so paranoid with that now.
It's like picks, it's like drumsticks, it's like like a high E string. You don't go anywhere without a high E string on a 6-string
Yeah.
guitar. You know what
Yeah,
I
oh
mean?
my God, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Luckily, I haven't broken any strings on stage yet, but
Oh,
that is
that will change.
no thinking about that scares me. I know it's gonna happen one day, but
Yeah.
A friend of mine had a really I'm gonna put myself full screen for a second. A really
ahead.
funny guitar incident. They were playing they're like one of the sponsored bands for the Canadian Curling Association. So they follow them around on tour and they play for like thousands of people each night. And it's like a residency because you're in, Saskatoon for 6 nights, then you're in Lethbridge for 6 nights, and then like whatever, right?
yeah.
So he's playing a guitar solo and the E string breaks at the bridge. and it pops all the way around and sticks into his like pinky finger.
Oh my-
So
What?
it's like dug into his finger, and he says he's in such disbelief that he just quits playing guitar, and he's like looking around trying to find someone to show, like, are you seeing this? Then he's like got to get back to it,
Oh
right?
my
But
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's got to be hilarious.
Yeah, when it does, it
Not
really
good.
happens.
Such a win.
Yeah.
So
if
what
you
else?
see Freeze the Fall with a new guitar, it's just because of that. I'll just be the singer. Just kidding.
So what else comes to every show, no matter what, outside of the equipment? We have any
Well, your
ritual
amp is
stuff?
the big one.
Yeah, just like amp, in-ears,
In your setup too.
in-ear setup, all that.
Uh-huh.
My own mic. But what aside from the gear do we bring?
Like, merch, I'm guessing.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
We're
It
still
depends on the
new to that.
show. So like
Yeah.
one time we played the show at like a farmer's market and we had like this table covered in merch in case people bought it.
the farmers market.
Yeah, that was probably a
That was
worst yet.
that was
Actually wait. Dunenzies.
Yeah, okay. But wait, to answer your question, we are still working on the merch. So we have merch like what you have, for example, but we're
Oh
still
yeah,
working,
let's pull that up.
We're
Let's pull
still
that
working
up.
out the whole like yeah, let's go,
Oh,
Jesse.
yeah.
So
Freeze
we're
the
still
Fall.
working out we're still working out all the like, the business side of everything. So we're still working on selling merch. So we've only brought merch with us to a show once, I think,
Which is that?
which was the farmers market
Yeah,
gig,
yeah.
the infamous farmers
That
market
was-
gig. But that's gonna start changing.
Tell me
soon.
about the farmers market gig. This sounds like something that's gonna go in the history books.
Okay,
was
well, I'd
like-
like to start off by saying though that we really like appreciated the opportunity.
yeah,
to play
yeah,
there.
it
Like
was-
it was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
We have the story now.
But like it's just because we thought we were gonna have like our own little area that we would like not be in the middle of the farmers market, but we were like right with everybody. We were like right beside the other vendors and we were so loud.
We
Like
gotta
a rock band with like all these like happy people like shopping and stuff.
we gotta like, set the scene. So it was like really, really hot outside.
So
I think that
hot.
was our first time playing outside too.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, it was.
35
So we
degrees. I swear.
we show up and it's like, it's like really cute, like Pinterest, like
It was
just
so,
booths
yeah.
everywhere with like really cute little trinkets and like that sort of thing and like cute jewelry and stuff. And we assumed we'd be playing. Well, I assumed we'd be playing at like there was kind of like it wasn't a bar, but it was like a little area in the corner where they served alcohol, and I kind of just assumed.
And
we'd
it
be
wasn't
playing-
like super close to any of the other vendors.
Yeah, it was kind of like slightly off,
Yeah.
and they set up a little tent for us, just like all the other vendors in the middle of all this, and
Oh
we're like.
no.
I was going around like apologizing to people. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And it was
Yeah.
an hour-long set too.
Yeah,
was
it was like our,
longest
it was
set.
our
wasn't our
longest set.
longest set yet until
It was
then.
our longest set at the time, and we had never played outside before, and we were like killing people's ears. There were 2 people watching us, and it was my parents. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to the parents, man. And like, if I could take a second, y'all's parents work so hard and they do so much, and I'm messaging with them all the time, and it's so much fun. And if I could just lay on that button again a few times.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But that sounds like a blast, man. Those are the funnest shows when you're like, oh, we have no business being here.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there
It
is
was
no reason for
terrifying.
us to be here today.
it was scary.
Yeah.
We ended up like one of our heavier originals. We ended up just cutting it out of the set list and like
It was
Yeah,
Daughters of
we-
Witches. We looked at each
Yeah.
other,
Just
we're
cut
like, we're
out
not playing
Daughters.
Daughters of Witches. There were like little toddlers running around, and we're like, no, we're not gonna play this.
yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm glad you guys brought up the music. So let's talk about inspiration to the music. So like Quinn, you said you write the words yourself, or does everyone contribute, or
Okay, so there's a whole thing with this.
okay, have at it.
So for the first, like, we're still kind of working on writing songs, obviously, like working on the most efficient and the best way to write the lyrics. So for the first few songs, I wrote the lyrics, but for our more recent songs, we kind of all write down a bunch of ideas, like different words, different
Sentences,
lines,
almost.
sentences
Yeah.
that match this whatever theme we're going for the song. And then I'll take all of our ideas and I will organize them to become like verse, chorus, whatever, because I'm the one who's singing it, so I decide like the melodies and like
Yeah.
what fits best for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of our process.
And it's been working so far then, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
works good.
So there's a question for y'all in the chat here. I'll let y'all answer
Oh.
that one.
Oh.
Am I blind? Where is it?
Ty asked, how old
really?
are these guys? They look
Oh.
younger.
I'm 16 years old.
I'm 15.
And I'm 15.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Young rock stars.
Told.
So that okay, hold
Yeah.
on. Let's pivot from the music for a second. What does it feel like being as like successful and all the things that have been going on for you guys? How do you manage going to school every day?
Mm,
We don't. Gonna be
No,
honest. No.
it is definitely difficult. Well, okay, well for me it is definitely difficult
Yeah.
at times, but I think prioritizing, writing lists, being like, okay, on this day I need to do this and this, and then tomorrow I'm gonna work on Freeze the Fall. And then also our parents handle a lot of the business side of things and a lot of the social media stuff.
Yeah.
It still goes through us and we're the ones who decide it, but I think that also helps us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up, you guys can talk.
No, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just like you have to balance it. It's a lot both ways. Band and school is a ton, but there's ways to get by. There's like ways to balance it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think school is definitely probably harder for Quinn over here. Grade
Grade
above
11.
Yeah.
us.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah, but school's still important to us. It's not like we're just like throwing away school.
Yeah,
We're
for
just- we still work
Yeah.
just as hard.
Well,
so-
and y'all seem like humble enough and realistic enough to understand like the effort that goes into this. You know, like as successful as you can be in every home run you're gonna hit, it's still like 5, 6, 7, 8 years before things really, really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
happen, right?
For sure.
So
Yeah,
like you
Yeah,
still
that's
have
so
a life
true.
you have to kind of pursue during that, right?
Yeah.
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 That'll definitely be hard trying to get that balance throughout these next couple years.
Yeah.
It's a learning
Right.
process though, and I think we're at the beginning of learning how to balance Freeze the Fall with everything else in our lives as it
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
bigger.
Mhm.
And yeah, just practice.
For sure.
I love it. So, okay, so let's go back to the music. So, where does the inspiration or where like what motivates the lyrics when you guys are writing them? Like where do the stories come from? What's going on there?
Mm.
It really okay. So I feel like kind of it's like we usually write a riff first. Like one of us will just come to practice and be like, "Hey, I have this cool riff,"
And it's usually
and
you.
then yeah, and then we'll like one of us will come with a riff. Sometimes me, sometimes Quinn, depends. Then we write all the instruments for all the guitar, all the drums, all the bass, and then we pick what it's gonna be about. So like if it ends up sounding more like sad and like slow, then it's gonna it's gonna
Yeah,
be something that's
and I
like more
think-
like that. If it's like a heavier one, it'll be more angry. It just depends what it ends up sounding
Yeah.
like.
And I think for me personally, while we're like writing the instrumental part, I do like have ideas in the back
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
head, and I will be writing my own part. But we usually add vocals in last. We get the instruments all like tight, as tight as they can be for a new song,
Mhm.
and then add the vocals in last, so I can also practice singing and playing at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Jonah, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, and then so like Aria or Quinn, usually Aria with like some complicated bass thing, right? Will come to a practice with it. And then I'll just kind of think of drums on the fly, right? And then over the course of like the couple days until the next practice,
Yeah.
I'll kind of like get that figured out for the next practice where we keep building the song. Then I'll kind of get the groove for where the drums want to go in the song. They want to be a bit heavier, more complicated.
Yeah,
Because
for
you don't want to drown out the other instruments, of course. You want to have
Yeah.
find a good balance in the instruments. So.
It's all got to serve the bigger project at hand, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
serving the song is definitely a very important part about writing drums for me, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that
definitely.
applies to all of our instruments. You got to
Mhm.
find when it's appropriate to write like the craziest, most complicated thing ever, and then when it's no, you're good, and then other times when it is better to just step back and like I'm gonna play some chords, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
or else it's too many things happening, and then it just takes away from the song.
Yeah. Well, and like, I'm a guitar player, so I pick on guitar players lots, but sometimes they're playing for themselves or like just for the other guitar players in the room, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And no one else
Yep.
cares about all your sweet picking in this little ballad. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
no one cares.
Like nobody wants to hear your solo for 10 minutes. Like
Yeah.
Plus, like as far as live, like you also have to consider like for me personally, I would much rather go to a show where they're playing maybe something that's simpler, but they're like running around the stage than like some
Yeah.
guy sitting
Mm.
on like a chair just like
Mhm,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember having energy too. I remember thinking those things.
Yeah.
I just play it.
Wait, it's not that I just want to say it's not like when we're writing we're like, oh well, can I walk around while playing it? That's
Yeah, no,
that's
no.
not the thing, but I'm just saying that it is an aspect of when you play live. It's like, oh well, how much can I move around?
You have
when
to
I am
consider
playing
that, right?
But yeah,
Well, it's a
yeah.
part of the stamina thing too. Like, we used to be funny and try to cover Master of Puppets, and it's like you better get to your spot before you start headbanging and doing that riff, right?
Yeah,
Because like if
Yeah,
you're trying to walk
exactly.
over there, man, it's over. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing coming out
You
of that
have to
after.
plan it all out.
absolutely.
But you got to plan it out, and if you want to be a rock star, that comes with a little bit of forgiveness, and it's rock and roll. So if it's noisy and if it's not perfect every time, whatever, it's rock and roll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your time in the studio and the EP coming up. I'll let you guys kick that off. Let me set you up. Let me set you up. That's rude of me. Where we left off was on the Crazy Warning live stream, where
Yes.
all of y'all must have just gotten paid that day because you started donating like crazy.
Oh, I was crying while
Oh
you
my
guys were
God.
donating.
That
We were
was
looking at the TV and I
absolutely
was
crazy.
like, what's going on?
So now we've shared a lot of like time going back and forward and you know sharing our appreciation for each other and the experience and everything. It's been very magical. So tell me about what's come since that. What's happened since then?
Yeah, so that money has obviously really helped pay for the EP,
Yeah.
and now we're working on marketing for the EP as well.
Yeah,
And
we're working on organizing all that because
Yeah.
there's a lot of money that goes into all
yeah,
this.
yeah.
A lot of money, but
hmm
Kickstarter is really helping.
Oh yeah, big time.
And also album art as well. You wouldn't believe that also costs a lot too.
Yeah,
And promoting it.
promoting
Yeah,
it,
and promoting everything.
the
so-
merch.
Where we're at in the studio right now is a couple weekends ago. Oh, should I?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
We
I just wanted to make
finished.
sure we can.
yeah, it's all good.
So we did our demo tracks. We fixed up some parts of the songs, just rearranged them a little bit.
Finished pre-production.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have it already, got the click tracks and stuff. So now this weekend is about drums and
Yeah.
getting all the drums for that. We might do some like scratch tracks for guitar and bass so that Jonah has something to play along with. But yeah, this is drum weekend. I'm very excited for it.
So now we're tracking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
excited.
First real weekend of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to track drums. And even last weekend, throughout pre-production, it was really tiring
It's
because
crazy.
I hadn't been used to just playing the song so many times.
Like a million times for
Yeah.
like 5 hours straight.
So
Yeah.
like I was super tired on drums after the first day.
Yeah.
So this weekend's just gonna be even crazier because
Yeah.
just drums. It's
Shout
gonna
out
be-
to Jordan. We love you.
Yeah,
we really
Jordan.
do like Jordan so much.
Ukulele recordings.
Yeah. And a little fun fact, I don't know if our audience knows this, maybe not, but on our 1 year anniversary, like exactly to the day, our 1 year anniversary of being a band, we called Jordan, the producer, and we were like, let's do this. Let's
It was
work on
crazy.
this project together. So
It was like 1 year
it's
we've
to
been
the
a band.
Yeah,
day. It was like the
exactly.
day of our
We-
first practice point a
we-
year
Wow.
Side
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
Pretty crazy how that journey's been throughout the year, right?
July 28th.
July 28th,
Yep.
Yeah.
2022. It's the day that Freeze the Fall was born.
Write it down, my friends.
Yeah.
There's a couple takeaways that I hope are really prevalent in this, and one of them is like if you're messing around with artwork and it's expensive, understand that your art is worth that much as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're paying for social media and you're paying for this artwork, you're paying an artist to match you and your vibe, that means that you're there too. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, awesome.
so I
I
just
would
like
never have thought of that.
yeah, but like I don't know. I've been on the outside of this. I've seen a lot of these things kind of happen. Not this exciting, but like I really, really, really hope that y'all value yourselves at what you're worth. Because like the Kickstarter too, what are we at the Kickstarter?
Something crazy. We've already
like
passed our goal. We're
six-
like on to stretch goals now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 6 something.
6,000.
I haven't checked in maybe like
yeah.
2 days.
I think last time I checked it was like over 65.
Unreal. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And we just on the subject of this, so obviously last time we saw you, people were donating money, and that's what gave us the courage to be like, we could do a Kickstarter. It was because
Yeah,
of
it was
that.
you
That
guys.
initiated it, because we're like
yeah.
Yeah.
we're like, people care enough to donate and to help out with our project. So yeah.
Let's clap it up
that
for
was
the chat then.
basically-
Hey, here I got some of these for the chat.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite sound. I see Jonah likes it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's catch up on the chat here a little bit. We got a lot of people in here. Where are we at? I saw my friend Junie's in here. He wants to do a mix of y'all. I'll send you
Oh.
some of his producing because it is wild. He's from Germany as well.
Germany.
I do some assuming here. They're from Germany. But I reacted to 2 of their remixes of K-pop songs turned
Okay.
like death metal, bro, and it is fire. So it's the original
Oh.
vocal, and it's like the nastiest, like bass face chugging riffs, like reverse snare drums come flying out of nowhere, and like yeah, it's wild. He's a great, or they're a great producer. I'll send you some of their stuff.
Yeah, please do.
We got
Josh says 8 days after my birthday. Solid.
Oh.
Nice.
Happy belated.
Yeah, happy belated birthday. Super belated birthday, Josh.
sorry, it was
Very
July.
super
Did you say
early.
28th?
July 20, June.
So July
July
20th?
28th.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah,
no, but
8 days
like
after.
but
yeah.
I couldn't remember if you guys said
Can't do
June or
math.
July.
School day was, it was a long school day today. I can't do math.
But July though, right?
July 28th
July
was
28th.
the band, and then we're trying to figure out Josh's birthday.
Because my birthday is the 21st of July. So that'd be.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to do the
Cool.
math too. That'd be 6 days, right? So theirs must be the day or day or 2 before mine, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
Yo, look. Hello from Victoria, BC.
Hey.
Hey, someone else from
Canada.
BC. So sick to see you here.
Where did the name
Nice.
Freeze the Fall originate?
It's not a fun story.
It's not that cool. We just stuck really like we knew we wanted to go for like if it makes sense a cold vibe. Like
Yeah.
we wanted it to be
Yeah,
cold and like
not
edgy
icy.
and scary.
Yeah.
And I remember we were just sitting on Quinn's couch and it was just 3 cool words. Well, not but freeze the fall. It was actually originally like counting the fall or something.
Something. We had
No.
we made this really big long list of just random words that we like.
Yeah,
Random words.
and
And
then
so
we
we
strung
were
things
like
together.
pairing the words
Mhm.
together. And so wait, can I tell them?
Oh yeah, go for it.
The original.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Yeah.
So our first name was Broken Glass. And we played one show as Broken Glass. It was barely a show. It was like a
This
thing
is
at
out
our
of
school.
school. Yeah.
So for the first little bit, we were Broken Glass, and then there was someone else who had that name, and it was kind of generic. And so we went back to that list, and we started making more combinations. And Freeze the Fall is what was born out of it. So
Yeah.
it's not a very fun story. It's
It's just
pretty
3 cool
boring,
words.
but there you go.
That's a great name though. Like when where's Terry? Terry was in the chat too. I saw Terry. Holy crap, I can't talk. Terry introduced us, and I thought it was like another warning category band. It was like Freeze the
Really?
Fall. All the photos, everything looked good. Like on the quick thumbnail I saw, I was like, oh sweet, like we got another one of these. And then come to find out
Good
it's y'all,
job.
right? Like yeah. Yeah, that it literally threw me for a loop though, and like I think it's a great band name.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much. Reading the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your time.
Oh,
And I'll say you might see the name Broken Glass pop up somewhere else in the future for Freeze the Fall things.
You heard it here, my friends. You heard it here.
Montreal, let's go.
Broken Glass Shard Army.
Shard Army.
There's Terry.
Nah,
What's up, Terry?
I think there was a thing on our Instagram and it was like they're the Freezies.
Yeah.
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 Is that what
The
we're calling
funny
ourselves
thing-
then?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, chat. What do you guys think about freezies?
Yeah. Can I do a poll? I don't think I can.
That'd be cool.
We could ask
The
everybody.
funny thing, we were just talking about this the other day because we were talking about Freezies because there was that little poll on our
Oh
Insta
yeah.
story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell?
No, you go for it.
Okay, I feel like I'm talking so much.
No, go for it.
You're the
Um,
singer. You're allowed to.
It's not always like this. Well, okay, I didn't know this at first, but apparently Freezies, we only call those Freezies in Canada. You know what I'm talking about, Freezies?
I know what you're talking about. Of course, I know what you're talking
Apparently
about.
that's only in Canada. Yeah, so I guess for the people who are not from Canada, it's like those little frozen ice treats that are like, how would you describe a Freezie?
It's like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
flavored
it's
ice.
like really long, like yeah,
Flavored ice.
flavored ice. It's like flavored ice. You just
Not
go look
quite
it
like
up, you know
shaved
what I'm
ice
talking
though. It's like firm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like in plastic and you cut the top off and then you just it's like a treat in the summertime. And
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fun because we're from Canada too, so it's like it's kind of sharing like this is
Yeah.
it's what we call it in Canada, it's
Yeah.
the freezie. So you if you guys want, you can be the freezies.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a Canadian or a North American thing. I just thought that was
I didn't
universal.
realize that either. I think it's just Canada from what I've heard. Like I don't think the States even does it, just Canada. But
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. Like
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but
Y'all
Freeze-
live
freeze-
in further away
Same.
places than we do. We're like just not really down the highway, but kind of down the highway.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a long hike.
Yeah, the longest.
Yeah.
Freeze
um,
pop.
So we went over a few kind of words that you and I, or like all of us understand, but like in your words, what's pre-production? What's happening with drum takes? Like walk us through the studio experience.
Yeah, so pre-production is kind of where you sit down with your producer and you change around the songs. Your producer will give you ideas on what kind of changes. And the songs, at least ours, came out so much better,
So
and
good.
we're so happy
Yes,
with it.
So happy.
And that's
with
kind of what pre-production is.
It's like editing the songs. It's like if
It's-
you're
Yeah.
writing an essay and you have like a rough draft of your essay, then
And
you're
then somebody-
editing to make like your final.
Yeah, basically.
It was
That's
great
basically
to
what
have
it
like
is.
an
Mhm.
outsider's perspective to like hear it because we've heard the songs a million times and we can't hear it any other way. It was great to have like a professional like be like, take that out.
Like a
What does it
third
say?
party type of.
Oh, yeah.
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 That definitely helps a lot. And then next up, we'll be tracking the different instruments.
Yep.
And then
Lastly, vocals will come at the end.
Yeah.
yeah, and then I think he was talking about kind of smaller sessions for vocals, cause
Yeah. Just smaller days when we record vocals, just so you don't throw out the voice.
Burn out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chad Kruger's guy says 40 minutes on a vocal is as long as you can record for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
Mhm.
around 40
Yeah.
minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Because the thing
Yeah,
is,
when I say 2 hours, it's like us getting there and then us like also like organizing other things. It's not like I'm singing for 2 hours straight.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
which
yeah.
you very well may be able to do, but studio takes are so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you
Same
need to
thing.
put
Yeah.
100% of your energy into every line. And sometimes, like you can sing it live, no problem. But to get it for the studio take, it takes your whole entire breath. So now you have to do a second take and now a third take. Now you're spent and you only got a half a verse down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ice poles, Anna says. Otter pops.
Otter pops. Ice
Otter
poles.
Pop.
Look at Mackenzie. Oh my God, Mackenzie. I just love you so much.
Mackenzie.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Mackenzie.
much.
We're trying to find a way to get Mackenzie to fly out and be a photographer at our wedding next year. Because I think that would just be
really?
amazing. Yeah, she's been a long time
That is
supporter of our
Awesome.
channel. Otter Pops, Mike
Argentina,
says.
Hey there.
Oh look, we had those in Germany when I was a kid. I think they're talking about freezies.
Yeah, I think so.
That's so
Okay,
cool.
cool.
So cool.
What did you guys call them in Germany?
Yeah, was it
Great
freezies
question.
or was it something else?
Yeah.
Probably something in German.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
You're right. Oh my God. Again, it's been a long school day. We
Yeah, I
literally
had
came
to,
here right after school.
I don't like normally work like a full day job. Like this is my kind of like main thing, and then I do landscaping in the summer with my dad. But we picked up a last minute job, and we thought we'd have like a week or two to kind of bang it out, you know, get the grass in and the sprinklers and everything. And then the weatherman's like, "Hey, it's gonna snow on Sunday." We're like, "Oh no!" So it's the same thing. I was like, "I gotta go home. I gotta eat." So I'm glad that Chat's here to help us all out with this.
Freeze
Yeah.
pops are the only acceptable name.
Freeze pops?
Mm.
Freezies or freeze pops?
Freezies or freeze
We
pops?
should do a poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite flavor? Because I
Listen.
think they all taste the exact same.
Sorry.
Favorite flavor?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cream soda
Yeah.
and blue raspberry.
Yeah.
You have the exact same favorite flavors.
I
as
think
me.
everybody does.
Okay,
I
maybe
think
it's
that's-
generic.
Also, like
Those
grape.
watermelon
Grape
ones
goes.
are- Grape goes hard.
Mm.
Yeah.
Orange is
Mm,
the worst by far.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't have
What did you
any
just say
that
to
I
me?
dislike. I just have ones that I like more than others. Freeze Nation. We are currently in the Frozone.
The Frozone. Oh.
Frozone.
Oof.
So here's a just off the top thought, okay? So actually this will be like some real advice. So YouTube should be like all your polished stuff, like your long
Yeah.
form. It should be like it's beautiful all the time, right?
Yeah.
Y'all should have like a Twitch or something where like, you know, we
Oh.
can watch you like jam, do live performances at home, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
And that
That's a good
could be the Frozone,
The Frozen.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Good idea.
right? It's like the
That's
Warning
sick.
Cave or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna
Mhm.
say, or like our practice space could be
Yeah.
Frozone. I
The
remember
Frozone.
a long time ago on one of our reels, like a long time ago, someone, I don't remember who, they commented that we have like the freezing basement or something like that.
Yeah, I
It's
bet.
like the warning cave and
that's
the freezing
funny.
basement. I don't know.
What's up,
Honestly,
Ashlina?
like, you guys, the fans, can come up with the names for things.
Oh yeah,
Like,
go for it.
it's not gonna stick if we say like, oh, this is what it's called. So honestly, guys, go crazy. Just
If
call it
they
whatever
do
you
this for
want.
you, I'm just going to give you my whole fan base because I have asked them for a team name. I have asked them for all kinds of names and I never get nothing. So if they help you with this, you can have them all.
Come on, guys, we gotta be Jesse. Yeah.
Ashleena's in the house. Ashleena's another great reactor. Go check her out. Go check her out. She reacted to y'all.
Oh, I think Ashlina reacted to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much,
Yes,
Ashlina.
Thank you for that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a great channel. We're trying to line something up for a live stream together, the two of us as well.
Should
Turns
do
out
that for sure.
she's
sick.
busier than me, and I am apparently busy. So here we are. Yeah, the Frozone. Tom knows what's up.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple more points here. We jumped on a little early, so why don't we go to the chat? Chat, what do you all got for questions?
yeah.
Yeah, if you got any questions.
Do you guys
just-
need me to move this over here so you can see it better?
I can see it fine. it's
Okay,
fine.
can you see this okay?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Y'all and your good eyes. Oh, there's also probably like a 5 or 10 second delay on this too, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
Frozone is a good name for your secret bat cave.
Yeah.
Ooh, the ice box for our practice space.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's cool.
You guys are more creative than us.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign. You guys can just name all our songs, actually.
There you go. Dane Bramage is
this
another
first
great reactor. Go ahead,
Oh,
Joe.
is this first EP? Sorry, is this first EP digital only? No.
It is not.
It is
There will
not.
be CDs. And
There
all
are
that.
CDs, but
And we're working on maybe some records.
so it
Yeah.
costs a lot of money though. So currently how we have this is one of the rewards on Kickstarter, you get a CD, and I don't remember off the top of my head how much money,
I think it's 50
or
or
100.
yeah. It might.
yeah.
But it's not like you will never see Freeze the Fall CDs if you don't
If you don't
donate
do
to
that,
Kickstarter.
eventually we'll get there.
It's
but
just
Yeah.
that for now, just where we are at, it's a lot less money to do the digital stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I promise you will.
Have you guys
You will get to
thought
see a
about
CD.
homeschooling?
Have you guys thought about homeschooling? I'm not going to do homeschooling.
Yeah, me
I don't think we
neither.
are.
You only got a
Yeah.
couple years left. You can get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Plus, there's a whole like social element, right? Of just
Mhm.
I don't know, being around people. It's cool.
Well, and
I'm
like
not saying I
your
like it, but it's good.
classmates are free marketing.
Exactly.
Like, hey, y'all show up.
Yeah, kind of unrelated note. It is funny because a handful of the gigs that we've played, we can't invite our friends to because
Because
they're minors.
Yeah.
Mm.
like-
so
Mm.
telling this to school, we like our principal, like we invite teachers then because we're like we need the adults to go. So like
Mhm.
our principal is like our biggest fan
Yeah.
ever. Whenever we pass him in the halls, he's like, "Yeah, rock star."
I love that.
Yeah,
So
our
do you,
teachers are great.
so your teachers overall and everyone in school gives you like support as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Mhm.
yeah. I don't think a lot of my classmates really know
Yeah, me
about
neither.
Freeze the Fall, but the ones who do know are I don't know. I think all of us are fairly quiet. At
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
maybe we're talking, and by we I mean me talking a lot right now, but we're all introverted people, and we kinda
Yeah.
just keep
Mhm.
to ourselves.
Until the lights
Yeah.
come on, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mackenzie, look at this. If I had the money for
Oh
a salary,
my.
let me tell you. One day I'm gonna start a Kickstarter so I can pay my mods.
That's awesome.
Any
Um,
other questions?
how long's the Kickstarter going? Is it still running? Can we still donate? What's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of days left. At least 30.
30 something
Yeah.
days left. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys helped us reach our goal in like less than a week or something.
It was like
It was like 3
It was
days.
like 3
yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And we
Crazy.
didn't know if we were even gonna reach our goal.
I was highly doubting it. And
yeah,
3
and
days.
you guys are crazy.
That was all you guys. Thank you so.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Yeah, clap it up. But again, that's one of those moments where it's like you have to take that for what it is. Like you said, like $6,500. Like that is value. That is Freeze the Fall value. And so when some
Mhm.
lame promoter comes up and is like, "Well, it'll be a good opportunity for y'all," I don't know.
Is it?
We might not need that opportunity. Like
Yeah.
we're kind of
Yeah.
set somewhere, and that comes at a tier. Like you hire for professionals, right?
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
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 Like y'all, I'm gonna build your guys' egos up so big, just you watch. So a cassette, how about? What about some cassettes, huh?
Oh.
Ooh, I don't know. We
that's a good
haven't talked
idea.
about that, but I think
I
think
love
we
cassettes
should.
personally.
Cassettes are so cool.
Yeah, that might be an idea.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Eventually. we'll
How
get-
did you guys all meet each other?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay.
So
yeah, you guys start with.
Aria and I went to the same middle school, and so okay,
was like the last day or something.
Yeah, okay, so just for context though, I had been into like rock and metal music and all that for a few years, and it's kind of honestly it's kind of lonely because I didn't have any friends who really had the same like passion about that as me, so I didn't have anyone I could really talk to about it who was my age. But I remember at the end of ninth grade, so she was in eighth grade, I was in ninth grade. I started seeing this kid walking around the halls with like a "Bring Me the Horizon" shirt, and I was like, I need to talk.
Uh-oh.
And with like your guitar, you had like your bass with you everywhere you went. I remember that. And your
Yeah.
purple boots. I remember your purple
Yes,
boots.
I still have those.
So one day I walked past her and I was just like, I like your shirt. And I was terrified because I don't like talking
Yeah.
to people who aren't like outside of my like talking to new people is scary. But I was like, yo, I like your shirt. And we kind of decided to like jam after
Yeah,
that.
we jammed once or twice and then became like really close. And then Jonah.
Yeah, so this band called the Sean Lightfoot Band, I'd been asked to go on with them and play a couple songs, like on drums, of course, with them. And Arya's mom, she actually knew Sean, right?
Yeah, she knows
And
Sean.
so Sean told her about me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then she was like, this drummer kid, right?
Wants to be in a band.
Yeah, yeah.
About your age.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So one time Jonah was doing a show with Sean Lightfoot and Quinn was out of town at the time, but I went to go see Jonah.
You were
and
so scared.
I was terrified.
She was texting you like, because it's so scary because you have to walk up to some random kid you've
Yeah.
never met before, like,
Yeah.
hey, you want to be the drummer in my
Yeah,
band?
so I just walk up to him after the show and I was like, "Hey, that was really good.
Yeah, it was so awkward.
should be in a
So
band."
bad.
And so and then after that, it was like a week later, I got Quinn and Jonas talking as well, and then we just kind of like July 28th, we met in his basement,
Mhm.
started a
The
band.
pretty reckless thing. I messed up so much. Okay, so we had decided how we were gonna go about this was we all kind of picked like a song that we were
Mhm.
gonna learn. So we're like, okay, when we get there, we all kind of know like some songs so we can jam right away. So it's not like super duper awkward. It was still awkward, but that's okay.
It was very awkward.
And I was out of town, like Arya said. So when I got back, I had like 2 days or something like that to learn maybe 4 songs. And I was like, okay, I gotta like impress this new kid. Like I can play the guitar. And so one of the songs we were gonna play was a pretty reckless song. I don't remember what song it was. It was the one with Tom Morello.
Yeah.
And so it went.
And so it went.
Yeah.
That was the song. And for some reason, I don't know, I was half asleep or something. I thought that we were learning Make Me Wanna Die. And so I'm like, it was like less than 24 hours or something like that before we were gonna go meet Jonah and play with him. And I texted Arya and I was like, yo, I just have like a question about this one part. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like,
No, what it was is I was like, how did you get the Tom Morello solo done and so quick? And you were like, what Tom Morello solo?
Oh no. Oh no.
Like, what Tom Morello solo? So there was that.
Yeah. The songs we ended up jamming the first time was The Pretender by Foo Fighters, which stuck, Evolved by The Warning, which stuck, and Happy Song by Bring Me the Horizon.
And then later on, Even Flow, Pearl.
Oh yeah, Even Flow was our next one.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah,
though.
That didn't work out. Like it was good and we played it and it was like it just didn't stick.
Yeah.
But the first song that Arya and I ever did, we did Happy
Oh,
Song
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
We did Evolve. We decided
We
we were gonna
picked
go
those two
in.
because we wanted to impress Jonah.
And we're like, let's not tell him that we already know how to play these, and we're like super tight, super tight.
Yeah.
We weren't tight.
We weren't tight at all.
We did Zombified by Falling in Reverse.
And we did
Tool, Schism.
yes,
Well, we tried.
yeah, which is good. But it's funny. We're gonna go see Tool in a few days.
A few days, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Sunday.
full circle moment because we literally, her and I
Yeah.
learned to play that song in this room, and now we're doing this whole thing.
Yeah,
with
and
you.
we're gonna go
Yeah,
see
And now we're gonna go see Tool live.
Yeah.
And all of you guys are going to see Tool?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so much
We'll
fun.
see it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll hear all about it.
When I
Last
was in-
weekend, I saw Black Veil Brides and Monoskin.
And Dark
And Dark
Divine.
Divine. That was
I
a very
wanted to
good
see
show.
Dark Divine so bad. She
Yeah.
got me
I got the bassist pick, Jared. Love you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she gave it to me.
Yeah, I gave it to Quinn.
Dark Divine is like my favorite band
Yeah.
right now.
Love
Yeah.
Dark Divine. Well, especially you.
Tell us about the
And then
concert. Tell us about the
Monoskin-
concert.
Okay. Oh, so I got front row for Black Veil Brides and Dark Divine. It was crazy. There's like, it was really, really, really good, and I want to go back. And Monoskin was absolutely insane. One of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. They put on such a good show. Like the lights were insane. They were so like interactive with the crowd. And their bassist is one of my biggest like idols ever because she's
She's so cool.
She's so awesome. I love her so much. Her style is great, and her bass is amazing. And I want to be here. And
Yes.
it was very cool to see her live. And I touched her hand when she walked by me. Which was cool.
No way.
Yeah.
It's the little
Oh,
things, right?
Tool is amazing.
Yeah. So
No, I
that
love
was
that.
a very good weekend.
I'm glad that they were good shows. I mean, I had no doubts, but I'm glad that it was a good time.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
All 3 bands were amazing.
Yeah.
What platform do you prefer to use?
What platform do you, well, we're more we're the
Ins-
most regular on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because YouTube, like you said, Jesse, it's more the like polished stuff that we put on YouTube, so it's not as regular. And then TikTok is kind of just like, for the most part, what we have on TikTok right now is kind of just repeats of Instagram. Not completely, but to some degree. So still go look at our TikTok, but
Yeah.
we're most
it's
regular
not
on
as much.
Instagram.
Yeah.
That's okay though. And the thing is like whatever app you will go to, that's kind of the one that you should use because you'll go to it, right? Like I have a
Yeah.
TikTok, but I don't reach for it all the time. It's always Instagram, so I should lean into Instagram, right? Like that's.
Yeah.
For sure.
What else we got in the chat here? What else we got in the chat?
Wait until they see the Warning live. I have seen the Warning live. I got to meet them.
Yeah.
It was the craziest
No,
moment.
talk about that.
Yeah, okay, it was crazy because, like I said, the Warning was the band that kind of started this whole thing for me. Like, I don't think Freeze the Fall would exist without the Warning because that's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
got into all this.
Yeah.
Because kind of like briefly what I had said before, last time we chatted, it's just because when I first that's not a word. When I first got into rock and metal music, I was 11. I was just this little kid, and it was kind of hard to see myself reflected in other artists because like right off the bat you're bombarded with like Metallica and all these things, and as an 11-year-old, you know, you're very visual, you're not connecting as much with the emotions. So I saw these big guys with like tattoos and leather jackets, and I'm like, I got my jeggings and my Converse, like I don't see the connection. But I found the Warnings Enter Sandman cover that went viral that they did when they were really little, and I was like, this I understand this. So from there I went to their YouTube and saw their originals, and I went to their Lunario concert. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the name, but it was Dull Knives at Lunario. That video, I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And Crimson Queen was the first song that I ever learned how to play like power chords. So that's the intro. I'm getting off topic, but and then I got to meet them, and I also they signed my guitar.
Cool.
When I met them. It was so cool. And it was just the craziest thing ever. They were opening for 3 Days Grace.
Oh yeah, great concert.
Yeah.
I have also seen the Warning at a festival, Aftershock.
Great
I was
festival.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that festival. I want to go back. I was also supposed to see the same concert as Quinn, but I was on like a school trip, so I didn't. But yeah, saw them at Aftershock. It was amazing. Yep. Jonah's the only one who hasn't seen him.
Yeah, I haven't been to very many concerts. I need to go to many more. And
Yeah.
still
get
so
you
many
there.
bands to see.
Yeah.
It'll change though. Like it's cool that you guys are going to like as a band, you're going to see a concert. And when I was in
Yeah.
my band, like we did that all the time. And then you know
Yeah.
something happens, you like start hitting the drummer. You're like, "Yo, did you see that? Did you see that?"
That was us at Megadeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megadeth and Bullet for
absolutely.
My Valentine. And it was like, look at that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was the first concert we've been to together. And
Yeah.
it's the very second.
It's so
Megadeth
fun.
is like legit one of my longest standing favorite bands. I've got all the records, like in LP version. I've got all the CDs as well, up until like 2012, 2014, and then I didn't buy all the ones
Yeah.
after that. But yeah, everything back from as far back as you can go. Like they did a cover of It'll Come to Me, and the original artist didn't like the thrash metal version of it, so he pulled the rights to the lyrics. So every time that he sings the original words, it just beeps it out.
Really?
And that's how they printed it on their record. It was like their first Megadeth record, and I've got it on an LP.
Ooh.
It's amazing.
That's rough.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Rock and roll, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Danny sing Painkiller with 3 Days Grace? Yes. So she started doing, like, the first time that they brought her on stage to sing Painkiller, I remember it was the show after I saw them, so I just missed that.
Oh.
But it
Oh.
was so cool. She killed it, though.
And do y'all hang out with like other bands in the area? Because I saw you guys tagging another artist or another group.
Not really in our free time, but like during shows and before them, we'll like talk with the bands and kind of chill with them.
Yeah, there's a couple local bands
Yeah.
that we are friends with, or not friends, but
There is one more band that's our age. They're still kind of establishing themselves, but they're called Socks.
yeah.
And we have like a group chat called Freeze the Socks.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
kind of hang out.
Fun.
So they're the only ones who are like our age, because whenever we go to play places, it's always like 20
Yeah,
and
they're
30 year
always
olds,
so
and it's
old.
kind of
Yeah.
awkward to be like, let's be friends. So
But
Yeah.
yeah, the socks is great.
yeah.
Cool. Do you have any advice that you would offer to any other artists that might be just starting their first group, maybe thinking about asking to
Ooh.
fundraise a little money?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have advice
Go for it.
for practicing.
Have at it.
So for us, okay, how do I say this? Okay, well, obviously, aside from being a band, we're also a friend group, and we couldn't be a band if we also
Yeah.
weren't a friend group.
Yes,
So
definitely.
we make schedules, obviously, like we're practicing this day, this day, this day, which is important to keep to the schedule. But within our practices, we'll practice for X amount of time, and then we go watch horror movies and eat junk food and be friends.
Yeah.
Just,
I
you
love
know?
that.
And then it kind of gives you a brain break too, as well as strengthening your
Yeah,
connection
'cause
as a band.
If you're
And then
gonna be
you
in
go
a
back to
band, you
practice.
have to like the people because you're gonna spend countless hours with
So
them.
long,
Yeah.
If you get there to a best recording, it's a lot. So you have to be like buddies, you know?
Yeah,
Buddies.
And during practices, kind of more specifically setting goals, like mini goals.
Yeah.
each
You have to
practice.
like be productive as well as have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have like a goal, then you walk into the practice room and you're like, okay, today we're working on this. So we'll be like, okay, today we're working on this one verse, or we're
Yeah.
gonna work on finishing writing this one part of this song.
Yeah.
Like some days are slower than others. Like some days we just watch more movies than practice, but some days we get a lot done and like we practice 3 times a week most of the time.
Yeah.
Right now we're not because of recording.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
And
it's very helpful to have like
yeah, and
what
I
you want to
think
do set.
sorry, and I think it's
Okay.
also important to like let yourself have those days every now and then where maybe
Yeah.
you're like
Mhm.
watching more
burnout's even
horror movies than
worse.
practicing. Because if you're just trying to like force yourself, then it just everyone's angry and it doesn't work out well. Well, we're not angry at each other,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
know,
just
it's
like
it's
frustrated
not the
that you
same.
can't.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm not saying don't try, but allow yourself to take a little break.
That kind of happened like in spring. We had so many shows, zero time for writing or anything, and we were all just like stretched so thin. So over
Yeah.
the summer, after you broke your wrist, we took this break from shows and just wrote music.
Just
It
wrote
was amazing.
music, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like really important, I think.
Yeah,
That
I feel like
was,
you kind of needed
that
to
was
break
really
your.
good.
Well, yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
just you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Well,
Mhm.
it had positives. Obviously, breaking the wrist is kind of a negative to like the band, but
But we wrote new music.
yeah, but we really
Yeah.
focused on writing, and I think that was important.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
absolutely.
writing music takes a lot of time. Like each song is at least a month. Some are
Well,
slightly,
sometimes, yeah.
yeah, some songs go faster than others, but like some of our songs take a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when we say a month, it's because we practice 2 or 3 times a week, and then balancing school as well. There are some songs where we literally just bust out a song in a few practices. And also, when we say month, it's also counting for practicing the song.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, it
So
doesn't
you're saying
take
from like
Yeah, like,
creation
song.
to
It
like
helps
we
you
have it.
being
Sure.
able to cohesively like play the song and be like, okay, I know, and like memorize it and be like, this is the
Yeah,
song.
getting it ready for shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Basically.
Okay.
Mhm.
So do
Some
you
are shorter though.
so some take the full month, give or take. Some of them just kind of fall out and happen, you're saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
vocals sometimes.
Yeah,
That's another story, but
yeah,
yeah, it always is. You'll always deal with that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
can you speak to, and I'm sorry if like if you haven't thought about this, but can you speak to the forgiveness that it takes to like write something and be like, I'm gonna sing this in front of my band, or like I'm gonna play this riff and bring it to my band? Can you talk about like the self compassion that comes with?
Yeah,
oh yeah.
it is hard sometimes. Not because I don't trust you guys or anything, but just because you kind of have to be like, um, writing music, it is art and it's very personal and it's a reflection of like an
Mhm.
experience that you've lived through or something that was important enough that you needed to make it into a tangible thing. So, um, I think it's important to again have those times like watching horror movies and hanging out where you can trust your band members and be comfortable to talk about what the song's about or to be able to bring the
Yeah.
song to the band members.
Yeah.
The very first riff I brought to the band, it stuck. It's in one of our songs now.
Insomnia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Insomnia was the first song I
I-
ever wrote.
So actually Quinn and I Quinn was there when I wrote it. But bringing that to like the full band, I changed it up a little bit, was the most terrifying thing ever. I was so scared. I thought everybody would hate it, and it wasn't even that big of a deal. We just made it into a song. It was good. But yeah, it takes nerve. It's scary.
Yeah. And just with the more writing, like the more songs you write, I think the
Yeah, I
easier
feel
the
like
process
Over
becomes.
time,
Yeah, it's
it
gotten
just became easier and easier.
And you kind of know what the other people mean, because like sometimes it's hard to articulate, like when you're writing a song, like I want the song to be like this, and it's like, well, what does this mean?
Mhm.
You know. But I think that when you get to know each other better, then it's easier to kind of understand the direction that the person might go in, or just the tendencies they have with their instrument or with their writing, or just who they are as a person. And how
Yeah.
that will be reflected in the song, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
For sure.
Well, you're talking about that musical intuition I was talking about before, and it sounds like you all kind of, I'm assuming, are either inspired by the project at hand or like have enough inspiration where you just know, like, when you show up, you have your job to complete so you can get the next step done, right?
Absolutely.
Does that
Mhm.
make sense? Like, I honestly, I just cannot praise you all enough for like the head on your shoulders and like the job that you're doing. Is like, this is, I can't believe the amount of professionalism that is coming through this. And like, I've talked to and I've spent a lot of time with a lot of full-time musicians that have been doing it for years and years and years and years. And nobody talks about goal setting in their practices. Nobody talks about like,
Really.
yeah, like scheduling time just to like be teenagers and just like hang out, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's important because when when you put your life on pause and you just like zone in and you're in the laboratory for like an hour straight, you have to go and find a way to get like your happy hormones working again and your brain firing on all the cylinders again, and even get back to
Mhm.
being creative again. And the fact that you're taking time to do that with each other is just like, that's amazing. Honest to God,
Yeah.
Wasn't much.
that's unbelievable.
Mhm.
Are you-
Let's look at
Shout out to
chat.
FTF parents for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
FTF
yeah.
parents. Yeah, we're very
Yeah.
much a band, like a family band. We're not related, but like
Yeah.
I'm saying, like the family is a big part of the process. Like
Mhm.
even just like them driving us to practices and gigs, or helping us organize the Kickstarter, or helping us with any sort of like literally everything, like
Yeah.
business stuff,
Paying for all of
paying
it.
for
Managing.
Yeah, like
social
the
medias.
background support means a lot, and obviously what we have here is really special, and the work we do is super important. But you do need that extra support to kind of lift you on your feet and get
and
you
give you the
going.
space and the time to be able to create good quality work,
Yeah.
so that you
Yeah.
have something to promote and something to show the freezies or whatever you want to call yourselves.
The frozen socks.
Frozen socks.
When y'all are being lame, you're gonna be frozen socks. I'm telling you, Chad.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Are you guys
Yeah.
brutally honest with each other's ideas? Yes. I would say there has been a couple ideas that have been turned down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
But
But
you learn to not take things
Yeah.
personally, and to understand that the feedback is not based on you as a person and
It's
you're so
based
bad.
on-
It's literally just like we were saying before, it's for the better, like for the best thing for the song.
and in my case, when I've had bass riffs that get turned down, what I've done is I've turned them into my own songs, and I just make a giant bass solo, and then my dad and I kind of want to record them, and I can just have my own side project.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't need
That's
to
awesome.
put it out or anything.
Yeah,
It's just like
or
for me.
Or even just taking that, like for example, I don't remember what song this was even. It turned into one of our songs, but I remember you came in with a big long bass.
Yeah, that's broken.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, I can do this. I can do this. Okay. All right. Do over.
But even just changing it and altering it, because it was this big long thing, and we're like, well, this one little thing would be cool if we repeated this like a million.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So even just, you don't necessarily have to scrap the whole thing. Well, sometimes we do scrap the whole thing, but
Yeah.
being able to like look at it from a different angle and be like, oh well, what if we actually threw it in this part of the song or turned it into this thing? You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One, you never want to throw away those. Oh, hold on. Let me put myself back up here. You never want to throw away those long sections, because as a 3-piece, you might need like a 4-minute changeover where now the bass is playing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And it's like you could build it all up, you can get everything going, and it's bass time. And then maybe there's a guitar riff that you want, and it's like, hey, I got this like real cool. I don't know what all that like polyphia guitar playing is and all the finger tapping and stuff.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you want to do that, and it's like, well, we don't have space for that in a song, but maybe in an interlude or something, like
Yeah, absolutely.
no
There's a
bad
whole, like,
ideas.
yeah, and there's like the whole, I feel like there's a whole other, like, there's so many other things you need to practice when you're going to play live. Like things like that. Like, what are we gonna do while so and so's tuning, or while we're changing over to this song, or things like that. Like, aside from stage presence, there's so many other things that maybe people don't realize that musicians have to work on. And I think
Yeah.
we're still working on that. Like, for all the things we're mentioning, like we've been a band for a year. We're still working on honing in our skills and all this.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
have a long,
we're-
long ways to go.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress though. And I
Oh,
think
yeah,
we're gonna
for a
keep
year.
making this much progress. Like, we've been working really hard, and
Yeah, after recording's done, we're gonna go back to 3 practices a week as much as possible.
yeah.
Keep the momentum going, keep playing shows. and
Yeah.
I'm
keep
so
going.
excited to show everybody what we're working
It's gonna
on.
be
It's
so
crazy.
good. Jordan,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get Jordan on here one of these days.
Yes.
Oh.
Just get him to hit me up.
He
That's no problem at all.
is amazing.
So good.
He's what's gonna make us like really cool. Like
Yeah.
y'all are
he-
really cool. He's gonna bring out the cool in you. That's what's gonna happen.
That's it.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Yeah.
Because like in the recordings, right, we're looking back on the songs and we're like, oh, that doesn't sound. Ooh, that's right there. Oh, that's not
the
great.
thing is, like, I never would have thought of anything he said. I thought it all sounded good, but then the minute he pointed it out, I'm like, take that out. Like
Yeah.
it was like it was just it was a switch. It was like
It's
one
so
minute I was like, what? And then I tried it. I was like,
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's so funny because we're all sitting there in that like practice room, and he'll be like, "Okay, hear me out. I have a really crazy idea," and we're like, "Go for it!" And he'll say it, and all of us are like, "Oh, like
Yeah.
what?"
and then we
Yeah.
try, and it's like,
And then the
Mhm.
song's
Yeah.
just better.
Yeah, he's just like able to bring out the potential in the song, you know. What I mean?
Yeah,
bass
and I
slides
think
roll. Got you.
Agreed.
Yes. And I think it's really important also because Jordan, he was really easy to just meet, and he was like a really good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he understands us as people. Like, we've known him for not very long time, but he understands us enough personally and our music to understand what we want brought out and what
Yeah.
we want to show you guys, instead of putting his own take on everything and making it Jordan's album.
Yeah, he
Mm.
wants to be ours, and he's like, oh wait, I just forgot, lost my entire train.
It's okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
should be the job of the producer. Like y'all are the artists, and you kind of need like a professional filter, like someone to be like, this is what's working right now. This is what has worked in the past, and even
Like a
like,
coach.
yeah, exactly. And even like when you're sitting in the moment, you write like, I don't know, like a bridge, and it's got a big breakdown. The breakdown might be cool, but it might not line up with everything. And sometimes it's just like
Yeah,
if you anticipate the like drop into it, that's all it takes. Now it's clean or something, right?
Yeah,
And
I think the main thing he has taught us so far, if I think I can share this, is that like shortening things and getting to
Yeah.
the point. Like,
Yeah.
if it's like, if this thing is in the song, it should have a purpose in the song. It should be helping the song overall, like
Yeah.
helping get to the chorus, or helping make the verse sound like this, instead of just like, oh yeah, we just put this in because.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say names or anything.
Yeah.
Before going to studios, we had quite a few parts that were just like bridges that were super long and just pretty repetitive. And Jordan helped us figure out ways to keep them in there, but make them shorter and get more to like where we were leading with it. And it was very
Absolutely.
helpful
And I
with the
think
song.
that because we're like in this zone, and we've played the song so many times, it's kind of hard to see, like we said earlier, it's kind of hard to see maybe not flaws, but areas where the song could be improved. So it's really good to have him there to be like, yo, as a person who's heard this song 4 times,
Yeah.
this is what I think about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh, that's very important. So glad to hear you guys find a good producer. That is very true. Because if you
Yeah.
have a producer that doesn't care and just presses the button and records you guys, like,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
so
Like,
different. But
he's there
Jordan
to
like
work with
genuinely
us.
cares and wants us to have the
Yeah.
best
Yeah,
piece of art possible,
yeah,
which is also very helpful.
absolutely.
well, it's
And
a
it also
reflection.
helped.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, and it also helped that Jordan is like really cool, honestly.
Yeah,
He's just got such a good
Yeah.
personality.
As soon as because we had one meeting with him before we agreed to like working with him, just
Yeah.
to like go see what his studio was all about and see him as a person before we like agreed to anything, right? So I remember we like walked up the stairs and we walked into his room, and I remember there was this guy on the phone, And I remember he seemed so cool, and I was like, "Oh, I hope that's Jordan."
Yeah.
And he put the phone down. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm Jordan." I was like, yeah. Like
Yes.
he hadn't even spoken to us, but just from the phone call, I was like,
And
"Please,
the
I hope
room
that's
was so
Jordan."
cool, and just everything about him and his studio is amazing.
It just fit with us. It was very
Yeah.
comfortable.
And I remember like he said he was like, or whoa, oh I keep looking at
It's okay.
wait, no,
It's
I
hard
remember,
to talk in
I
front of like
remember-
so many people.
Yeah, I remember we didn't like our parents were like, I want you guys to think about it overnight. Like, do not just pick because you met him.
Yeah.
But the minute we walked out of the studio,
Yeah, we were like, it's him,
we're like,
it's
it's
him.
the guy, and we
We
called
did
him.
sleep on it because we had a sleepover that night, and of course we watched horror movies for
Yeah,
like
and got
8 hours.
traumatized.
But yeah, that morning, that
We-
was the 1 year anniversary. The morning we woke up and we're like,
We just called him and we're like,
Jordan.
record us.
"You're our producer."
Yeah.
That's so cool though. But I think that's one of those things that you shouldn't confuse yourself. Like if it's right, it's right.
Mhm.
Absolutely, just that gut feeling and trusting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt very good with him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what was the question here? How did y'all start playing your individual instruments?
Oh.
I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, but not totally.
Yeah.
I'm not going first.
Okay. It was my dad actually. I had been playing ukulele and piano for like 6 years. Well, not really piano, but a little bit. And music wasn't a well, like I really I listened to music a lot and stuff, but I wasn't like into it. I didn't think I wanted it to be like a career. I didn't think of it more than a hobby. And then my dad's like, "Have you ever thought of playing bass?" And I was like, "What's a bass?" And then
Did
one
you
day,
turn him down for years? You were
yeah,
like, "I'm
I
not
turned
playing
it. They
this."
wanted me to play bass for so long. And it was also my mom. And then one day I just walk in my room and there's a bass, a 3/4 Jackson bass. That was my first bass.
Very cool.
I walk in my room and there's a bass seat in my like on my bed, and I was like, this is cool, but ukulele will always be my jam. And then like a week later, I was in love and I got lessons, and now I play bass. And yeah, so thank you
God
guys.
you play bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
No ukulele, and now it's like,
Yeah. So when I was like 7, I've been playing drums for 8 years now. Pretty crazy.
Wow.
And when I was 7, my mom, I think she had the idea, is like, drums are cool, right? So we went to Justin, and I just thought he was the coolest guy ever. Like, honestly. It's like I walked out of the room and my mom could just like see the smile on my face, right? And Justin, he just looks so cool. He's
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's important to say Justin is actually like a part of our Freeze the Fall team. Like he's
Family,
there to
yeah.
help
Yeah.
us. He's like just not to detour, but I just like would like to say when you broke your arm, wrist, whatever.
Mhm,
Do you want to say
yes.
the story?
Yeah,
So
so
sorry, he broke his arm. Was it your arm or your wrist?
my wrist, yeah.
He broke his wrist on a Tuesday night, and we had a show that Saturday.
it was our biggest show yet.
It was our biggest show yet. It was for Canada.
Yeah,
biggest stage
playing
we've ever
Canada
played.
Day. And we were like, oh God, what are we gonna do?
And
so
Justin-
then Justin comes in, and I think Quinn,
He was in Vancouver at a Blink 182 show,
Yeah.
and I DM'd him, and I was like, Justin, we're screwed. Please, like, what do we do?
Yeah, and then Justin, he's like, I got this.
It's
He
2
learns
a.m.
He had never-
learns the songs in like 2 days,
He'd never
right?
heard any of these songs before. Like, he had heard them because he had like, yeah, but he didn't
Yeah.
know the songs. So that was like learning 45 minutes worth of music in 2 days,
For
less
playing
than 2 days,
Hmm.
for the Power 104 stage,
which was
for-
the biggest thing we've ever played.
yeah,
Yeah.
still
Wow.
is to this day.
So thank you, Justin.
Love
yeah,
Justin.
thank
Love
you.
you.
Shout out to Justin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna have to get me in
And
touch
that
with all
is-
these people because I want to get them all up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Justin has been like such huge support because he's hooked us up with like so many,
So many people.
connections.
Yeah,
right?
we had a Zoom meeting with the bassist of Black Veil Bride.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was because
Cool.
of him. He's been in music for so long. Like he's teaching right now, but he's done a bunch of other things, so he knows everybody.
He's toured.
Yeah.
He's been a
toured,
music
he's
teacher.
done it all.
He's so yeah. He's one of our biggest supports. I think we have.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for Justin. He's
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah, so after that first lesson, I didn't even have a drum kit yet. I was literally playing on baskets, pots, and pans
Yes.
in my living room.
Woo!
Oh my god, I remember those days. Holy.
Yeah.
Now I have 3 drum kits.
Yeah, no. Too many drum kits.
Not to mention the 1-2 kits here. They're not yours, but there's so many drum kits
Yeah.
accessible now.
And then like the amazing drums at Ukulele, like there's so many drums.
Yeah.
So many drums.
Yeah.
And Quinn, yours is
Okay. So, first, okay, I promise this is leading into the story, but before I did music, I would dance. That was my thing. I loved ballet. I had my point shoes. Ballet was my thing. And so I remember there was this like year-end performance that would happen at this theater in town, and it could hold like 700 people or something like that. And so, I remember I did my, that like year-end performance thing through my studio, and it was really strict, like I don't know if you know anything about dance, but it's a very like strict environment
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So it's very like like everyone's shushing each other, like all that. And I remember I think it was like a week after, I had another thing at that theater, but it was for my music school because I was in music lessons, and I didn't care about them. I'd been in music lessons since I was 5, like piano, singing, and I was just like, whatever. My mom signed me up for these. I don't care. And but when I played after that dance show through the music school at that theater, it was just such a cool community. And I was like, whoa, what is this? Rock music? Like what what is this? It playing on a stage? And they were like that can fit like what 700, 800 people.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a lot of people there. And I was like shaking after. I was like, I just sung backup vocals on a David Bowie song, but I don't know what happened. That was crazy. And so from there, I just kind of
then the warning.
I just
happened.
needed this. Yeah, because there was like a guitarist in one of my songs, and she was like the most badass person I'd ever seen. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to play the guitar. So from there, led to Metallica, led to the warning, led to everything we've just said. But
someone just said, will we hear metal ukulele?
Metal ukulele in your songs?
Of course.
It's art. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Do y'all listen to 21 Pilots at all?
I do not
really.
but
I know them,
should.
but I haven't listened to them.
I
a
know
lot.
like the songs that everyone knows. But
Yeah.
Ukulele
should
heavy.
I listen to them?
Yep.
Ukulele
heavy.
Their album Trench is like, when you watch it live, it's like a metal show. It's fantastic.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. After this, we're watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you one after. Did y'all watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
They did a crossover. They did a collaboration for
That's so
Lollapalooza
cool. Really?
Berlin, I want to say. Oh
So
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
I feel so
That's cool.
uncultured now. But
Oh, I had no idea. Like y'all know, they play 21 Pilots on the radio here all the time
Oh,
in
yeah.
Canada.
yeah,
all the
of
time.
course they do.
Yeah.
And then you start listening to it and you realize that like the whole thing is like one big concept album, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I love when that happens. It was like that with My Chemical Romance. I think that's what kind of like really introduced me to like storytelling
Yeah.
music and creating like a whole like theatrical like vision. So similar thing where it's like storytelling.
Yeah.
honestly.
yeah. Well, it's like a freedom to tell the story that you want to tell in the way that you want to tell it, but
Yeah,
punching
for
everyone in the face
sure.
with rock and roll.
And kind of even just realizing even just little things like how you're spelling the titles of your songs or like where you're putting the songs in the album and just all these and the album artwork, all these little details, it creates this whole story of like not to sound cheesy, but like it's like the story of you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
of your band, or like it's like a tangible version of like this maybe this small little part of your brain that's your experiences in your life. And
This is gonna sound really cheesy, but
Yeah,
my
it's okay.
dad always says that like music is the one universal language that everybody speaks.
it really is.
Mm.
Like
It really
as
is.
cheesy
Yeah.
as it is, it's so true. Like so true.
Those-
Even like if we were to relate it back to the warning, they have 2 Spanish songs, and when they play in countries that don't speak Spanish, everyone's still like, nah. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like singing the words. Like my little sister and I, we know the words. We don't speak Spanish. I couldn't tell you anything about the song, but I could tell you how the words go. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a universal thing, you know?
Like for Måneskin, they have some Italian
Italian,
songs,
yeah.
and like Coraline is one of my favorite songs by them, and it's
Yeah.
in all Italian. I don't
I
understand.
know it on
but I
guitar. You
love
need
it
to learn
so
it on
much.
bass.
Yes, like it doesn't matter. It's music, and it sounds amazing.
Absolutely.
I heard something along those lines too. It said, music gives me the freedom to feel what I need to feel, and it gives you the freedom to feel what you want to feel, and we can
Yeah,
feel it at the same
exactly.
time.
Because you
Yeah.
can like interpret it different. Like somebody writes a song, and you can interpret it completely different, but it means just as much to you, which is really cool.
It's
Mhm.
so interesting because I find that also there are some artists who put their music out there as like a statement, like maybe it's like a more political thing, like look at this, or like exposing you to a new way of thinking. But then I feel like there are other artists who are more like here making this little corner of the world where it's like here we can take you away from all that. And I don't think there's like one that's better than the other, but I think it's so interesting there's so many ways of just
Yeah,
like
there's so many different.
sharing your vision
yeah.
and who your audience is and who you like
For
what you
sure.
want to put out there.
Mhm.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and people will connect over everything too. Like someone might hear one line that you wrote and just go, "This person gets me,"
Yes.
or they might
There's that
go,
one line in
"Yeah, like
song.
everyone has a song like that, right?"
Yeah.
for
But
sure.
or like
So-
it might be I happen to like a lot of say Pow's drum fills from The Warning, and if it was a different
Yeah.
drummer, it might not hit me the same. And so
Mhm.
it's like every time I hear her play, it's like it just makes me happy.
exactly. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a drummer, but when I watch her live, just like the energy that she has and when she's singing along or she's mouthing the words or just like flipping her ponytail, like it's just like I can connect to that. Even if she's singing in Spanish, even if she's playing the drums, which is an instrument I know nothing about, like even just that, it's like, yeah, I understand that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a second and applaud you guys for not trying to do the whole like I'm the guitar player, but now I'm the drummer, and then the drummer's the bass player, and like I can't handle it.
Definitely not.
I
We
can't
do that
handle it.
when we will never, the public will never see that, but
we
sometimes
try.
that goes along with the whole like taking a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Mm.
we're just like playing
Play
each
each
other's
other's
instruments like
instruments,
I'm a bassist now, but
But that
yeah,
will never be
we will
seen
not
by
do
the
that on
public.
stage. Like, look at me, yeah,
Yeah, no,
No,
we keep
I
it that
cannot
way.
play drums.
yeah.
So do you guys have any songs that like play into the next song or anything that carries a continuous kind of theme or anything?
In our EP,
Yeah.
Not for this EP.
No.
not for this one, but
But
maybe in the future.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
absolutely love those types of.
Oh, I'm
Albums,
obsessed with
and
concept albums.
We need to do one eventually.
Yeah.
I think we all
For
agree.
I
with
sure.
think
that.
we need to do
Yeah.
maybe the next
So
one.
not this EP, but like we're maybe your next one. We're gonna go a little bit heavier. Gonna go
Yeah,
a little.
because I think this EP was kind of just like it's a reflection of where we're at right now, right? And I think that where we're at is also figuring out what the heck being a band.
Yeah.
So I think it's like these are our songs and the reflections of what we're feeling in this moment. Maybe they're not connected to each other. Maybe for us they are little connections. Like I
Yeah.
remember like writing this about this thing and it was had, you know, but to the public they're not. They're not like a cohesive storyline necessarily.
I
But
gotcha.
in the
one day
future,
you will
maybe,
hear
yeah.
that.
I
They're
gotcha.
kind of actually like individual stories, at least in the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, they're all like standalone songs with their own stories and their own kind of.
Which is cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
I vibe with that. Can we expect any guitar solos?
On the EP? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
You can also expect a disgusting breakdown. I'm not saying anything else, but we were all sitting there like, oh my god.
They throw-
Nasty.
You can expect guitar solo, nasty breakdown, and
They start throwing.
Lots of drums. Lots of drums.
jumping or lots of drums. Jumping around, headbanging, and potentially crying. And then also
Checking
maybe
all my
headbanging
boxes.
and at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
Nope.
you.
Just a whole
Positive
emotional.
emotions.
We got you
roller
guys. You want to be angry, you want to be sad, we got you.
If you want to be happy, don't come here.
Yeah.
Go listen to like Dungeons and Dragons.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Sean Lightfoot Music. What is up, Sean? Welcome to the party.
We just talked about you guys.
Yeah, Sean Lightfoot, he was the guy who we said before he connected us to Jonah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, Sean!
Oh, fire. And we've got
Yeah,
we've got
actually,
the
without
family
Sean
managers in here
Lightfoot,
too.
I wouldn't know Jonah, which means we wouldn't have.
We wouldn't be
Yeah.
a band without
So-
Sean Lightfoot. Like we would have known each other, but we wouldn't have known Jonah.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't have those disgusting breakdowns and cool drum fills.
Nasty
We'd have some
breakdown.
random drummer from like grade 2 in the middle school.
We could get like a beatboxer.
4-4.
No, that's awesome. I appreciate you being here, Sean. Hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram, my friend. Let's chat. Let's get you on here too.
Yeah.
do it.
Nasty
Yeah.
breakdowns are live, full text and
They
effect.
are.
Yep.
For sure.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hey, how about all the family members, all the momagers and dadagers, everyone in the chat? Why don't you let you know or let us know what's going on here? Say hi to to everyone in here for us, so everyone knows who you are. Now,
I see.
Ginny just got nominated for something. Did I see?
Oh yeah.
She did.
Oh,
Mhm.
how do I explain it?
I don't even know.
I
what
think
it
she's
is.
me
nominated
neither.
for like she's in top 3 right now for Woman of Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. She made it in the top 3. So next month I think she's going to Ontario to this fancy event, and they're gonna pick a winner. Rooting for my mom.
Yep.
And while she's doing all that, she's also helping us out with Freeze the Fall stuff. Like,
yeah,
really
and she has
just-
her own. She's the CEO.
she's a
a
CEO. She
different
has her
job.
whole life. Like, Our
Crazy.
parents are crazy. Like, I love them so much.
Unreal. Shout out to the parents, man. Shout out to you guys. Like y'all have really come into your own. We were so professional in the first one, and this one has been so much fun too. I really hope that you guys are proud of yourselves and hold your chins high and your heads high, because like you're doing such a good job.
We
Thank
love
Honest
you
to
so
God.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Is there anything else you guys want to chat with before we shut this down? Or chat about?
Oh, we're always
Ooh.
bad at this question.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Every time.
I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. And y'all can come back whenever you want to. So as often as you
yeah.
want
So I
to.
think just to finish this off, we will say, like, reiterate that yes, there's still time left on Kickstarter, so you
Yep.
can go find us on Kickstarter. We're Freeze the Fall Band on YouTube, Insta,
Face.
TikTok. I
TikTok.
think like Facebook or something.
We
too.
don't really
I
go
never
there,
check
but-
it. But, all that and do you have anything else to say?
No, I think.
Stay tuned for the
it.
Freeze the Fall EP.
Yeah,
Stay
stay
tuned.
tuned.
We'll plan a listening
Tracking
party, of
starts
course.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have like a rough expected time or day or whenever the release is kind of going to be?
Can we say?
I think
I think we're gonna release some. Wait, am I?
I don't know
You
what
don't
we're
have to
allowed
say
to
it.
say. What we're
Don't
not
have to
allowed
say
to
it.
2024, early 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I need
Yeah.
to hear. Yep. That's all.
Yeah.
Mackenzie, thank you so much for moderating tonight. I appreciate
Yeah,
all
thank
the love and
you.
support.
Thank you so much, everybody.
All the
Yeah,
reactors
thank
in the chat and all you beautiful people in the chat. Thank you so much for making this possible. I will share when this uploads. It should upload immediately. I'll put the Kickstarter campaign in a pinned comment, and if anyone can donate, please, like, come on, y'all. Y'all saw this podcast. These guys are
Thank
killers.
you so
They
much.
deserve
And
it
for
so
those
much.
of you who missed it, the reason we're doing Kickstarter, the reason we had the courage to, is because of how much support we were met with last time we chatted with Jesse. All the donations. So
Yeah.
seriously, you guys, like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It
For
means
real.
everything.
Yeah.
No, y'all are amazing, and like I've told you guys this in our chats and stuff, but coming from my seat too, that was one of the like happiest, coolest experiences I've ever got to be a part of, and I'm grateful
Really?
for it every single day, and I tell everyone about it, and it's so much fun, and I thank you all for that experience too, because I'm gonna get emotional.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
Okay, chat, BEL friends, I appreciate y'all being so courteous and so caring tonight.
Yes. Thank you.
Freeze
Thank
the
you so
fall and
much,
everyone.
everybody.
We'll see y'all in the next one. Freeze the fall. Keep y'all
Yeah.
here, but chat and everyone in YouTube, we'll see y'all in the next one, okay?